When I was thinking about speaking at graduation, I felt that I couldn't do it alone.
And I am awful at goodbyes, so sometimes I avoid saying what I really want to say.
I needed someone who knew me well enough to know how I think.
And I needed someone who would be able to translate what I was saying into what I meant to say.
Which is why Frank and I have united together today.
As a dynamic duo of sorts.
Yes, Frank, the dynamic duo since video announcement number 1. I honestly can't believe that we are here.
I honestly can.
We made it.
We did pretty good.
We've survived it all. We've survived AP testing, sports games in the rain, peak fetus dissections,
Overcoming laziness, puberty, the rebellious teen phase,
Mr. Kendrick's lectures,
SPORTS.
It's crazy to think that today is the first day of the rest of our lives.
No more high school.
But before we close this chapter, Frank and I decided that we want to share with you little moments that represent each year to us, as a way to remember and reminisce what these past 4 years have been like. Freshman year, first day of school, not knowing where the 900 hall was or where to sit for lunch, and thinking that I signed up for the wrong Spanish class because I didn't speak Spanish.
This is the year I moved to Idaho. Oh no, I moved from Idaho to Washington. That's here.
Many things came to me as a surprise in high school. I was surprised at the idea that guys actually ask girls to dances. I thought that only those kind of things happen in movies.
Movies like The Matrix.
I was surprised that people showed up to sports games, rain or shine.
Pleasantly surprised.
My first spirit assembly, astonished at the organization of it, thoroughly impressed by the cheer and drill team, loved the student and teacher relay races, and was taken off guard at Mr. Gingrich's distinct voice.
I was baffled at the sight of robots launching t-shirts into the crowds.
By the end of the year, I was so ready to be a sophomore.
I never once got one of those shirts.
Sophomore year, we thought we were too cool for school.
But we weren't. And honestly, for the most part, a lot of us were pretty lost, that is, until we were inspired by Miss Dunn when we were taking her health class. She helped change a lot of us into the people we are today.
She also taught us how babies were born.
Hopefully, that was not news.
Junior year. Now this is popping. We were officially the big kids.
Assistants to the big kids.
We were almost seniors. We were the bee's knees.
The cat's pajamas.
The Godfather.
The Macaulay Culkins.
In other words, we were juniors. I don't know what it was about summer of 2013, but that was when everyone grew up. The ladies paid more attention to grooming themselves, and the gentlemen paid more attention to not smelling.
Man, does Old Spice know how to market.
Everyone was more confident, more outgoing, and more mature.
For the most part.
As juniors, we finally got to stand closer to the front of the stands at games.
Except for when we're playing in band for the games.
Which was always. We could finally go and drive somewhere for lunch instead of walking to 7-Eleven.
I had discovered the limit to how much Taco Bell you should consume every week.
By junior year, we had clever and sophisticated nicknames for our teachers.
Yeah, like there's Mr. D, Mr. E, Mr. B, the other Mr. D, Leffler.
February, counselors came and talked to us. College was just around the corner. This is when we started to get excited about the application process for college.
How little did we know.
Then it was May, and it was time for the moving up assembly. We finally got to chant the words, senior power.
Unless you felt too cool to chant that. I felt too cool to chant that.
This year, I couldn't believe we were finally seniors.
I could.
I didn't feel like a senior.
You didn't look like a senior.
Not even a little.
You're being too modest.
This was a year of lasts. Last sports season, last dance, last essay, last test.
Last place in Spirit Week.
I tried to cherish every moment, but it seemed like time was traveling way too fast.
Until about the last month or so of school, when it's time to slow down.
I remember our last homecoming. We made great memories and strengthened friendships.
Homecoming. I danced and not away without any shoes. Felt like a princess in the ballroom. In a good way.
And then the semester ended too soon. What did I do for the past 4 months?
Well, we strive for excellence in our academics and strive hard to study for school and do great on all of our